All right, babe, so Elliot and Jordan, an amazing couple. They've been together for 7 years and got married a little over 2 years ago.
We had already been living together when we got married, so not much actually changed afterwards. We are in a one-bedroom condo with a young dog.
We need more space. The current space that we're in just doesn't suit us right now, and it certainly wouldn't suit a family if we were to have children in the near future.
So they decided to leave the city and apartment life behind. They're moving out to the suburbs to hopefully put down roots to grow their family.
They are moving to this beautiful, leafy, wooded neighborhood.
After about 14 months of a painful house hunting process,
We have finally found our forever home.
They bought a 1920s vintage home that needs to be updated to suit a modern couple. The house has all these amazing architectural details, beautiful plaster moldings, original wood paneling and trim everywhere.
Kind of like a time capsule.
It is. I mean, it's sort of been left untouched since it was built. Let's talk about this foyer. It's really quite handsome. What do you think are the challenges?
I think initially we didn't think much about the staircase, but as it comes down now, it's kind of a staircase to nowhere,
Right.
To
Okay.
a wall.
Right.
The staircase could come down
Yeah.
and continue.
So there'd be a little grander, a little more open.
Yeah, and we just want to make sure that we're able to sort of keep some of the character
Oh, totally.
of the yeah.
We can't mess with
No,
that.
no, no,
That's the most
100%.
interesting thing.
So will you show us the kitchen?
The potential.
Wow.
Wow.
But I mean, this was elegant in its day.
Yeah, this is
I mean, you could see the good dishes and the, silver.
And everybody who comes in here, comments on how large it is because we are
Right.
still in New York City.
Right.
It's a large kitchen,
It
right?
is. Well, there's not really anything we can salvage in here, so we'll start over from scratch.
Blank slate.
Yes,
Total blank
exactly.
slate.
How do you guys live? Like, how do you entertain?
I do most of the cooking, and I'm a little possessive and like to have
He
my
loves
own
to cook
space.
by himself.
Sounds familiar.
Me too.
I meanwhile like to pour the drinks for us.
So what's the dream then in here?
Elliot's dream would be for, maybe one side for him to be able to cook and use the appliances with a very large island.
Okay.
And then, maybe a wine bar or something where I can be out of his way.
Got it.
I'll make sure you get everything you guys need.
Thank you. Thank you.
This vintage home is in what I would call good original condition, but right away, I feel like it has a formality to it that seems outdated for a modern lifestyle.
The formal dining room just doesn't really work for how we live our lives. We're not very formal people. It's very closed off.
So, just standing in here with you guys, if this formality and this swing door were to go away, we could open up the sight lines to the kitchen and have a more modern flow.
Yeah.
We've got a whole main floor to do in a very large house. A total gut job and remodel of the kitchen, a revamp of the dining room, addressing the entry and the living room with that fireplace.
There's a giant sunroom, which is just, in my opinion, completely untapped potential.
It is.
What does that become? I mean, this is a big renovation. What do you guys have to spend on the renovation?
About $215,000. While it's a little bit weird and a little bit scary that you're handing over your keys, I feel comforted knowing who Nate and Jeremiah are and that they're at the helm to kind of steer this next chapter for the house and for us.
Yeah. I mean, I'm totally pumped to see what they do.
They picked the most beautiful home, and when they talk about the house, they almost talk about it like they're the custodians of what it is.
And we're taking on the same responsibility to honor the architecture and quality of the home, even though it's time to say goodbye to some of the finishes, especially that kitchen.
Elliot loves the idea of cooking big meals for their family and friends. So we'll bring in that bold New York aesthetic with dramatic black plaster cabinetry, all new appliances, and some striking marble for the countertops and backsplash.
That's my pitch.
Will you take full responsibility if they hate it?
Oh, I feel 98% confident that they will love it.
Okay.
What are you thinking for the dining room?
We'll set the tone for intimate dinner parties around a large round table. We'll include a bar area where Jordan can prepare drinks, and to improve the functionality and open up sightlines, we'll widen the entry between the dining room and kitchen.
And my instinct would be, if we're gonna go this moody with the dining and kitchen, that we keep everything else kind of lighter and bright and kind of happy.
Me too. One thing I do know is that that fireplace with the Viking theme can sail away. Updating the fireplace will create a gorgeous feature in their living room and will freshen up the yellow walls to make the space feel open and inviting. A perfect spot for guests to hang out and socialize.
I also have a really interesting idea I wanted to share with you for the TV. I was thinking we could find a really great vintage tapestry and just put it on, a motorized shade controls. And so when
it just lifts up, because we can still then group the main seating area around the new fireplace.
Exactly.
And then you're not staring at the TV when you walk in the room.
Okay. So I've got some samples, and I'm really hoping that we can agree on a stain color for the floors. All right, so we love the original flooring.
I don't think that refinishing floors, given how competitive the flooring market is today, is always a money saver unless you're doing it yourself, which I wouldn't recommend.
Nobody wants to watch that show.
No.
But what's unique about Jordan and Elliot's house is we are really trying to preserve the architectural bones, the things that are beautiful about this house. How complicated do you think it's going to be to restain these floors and everything?
Why don't we just sand them down to natural and restain them? That's not a problem.
I know which I like.
I do too.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. No.
Oh, really? I'm happy with this. I think that's beautiful. I actually love these together.
So would it be safe to say that mine was right?
Did you have to be right? Is that what's going on today? Rob, can you help me out here?
I absolutely cannot.
I mean, unbelievable. Now that the walls have been moved, Rob is working to bring back the original character to the foyer by restoring the newel posts for the redesigned stairway.
We've got the rest of that gorgeous tile floor going down in the sunroom. It's a huge improvement over what was there originally, but I think it'll look like it was always there.
And in the kitchen, it's a big push to get the new cabinetry installed so that we can then apply the black plaster finish to complete the look. This house is full of custom details, both original and new. Every part of the main floor is being refreshed and restored. All of the new custom woodwork gets stained to match the original oak trim, including the new built-in benches in the sunroom.
And this one-of-a-kind kitchen is turning out even better than I had imagined.
We ordered this beautiful custom black plaster finish for all the cabinet fronts and doors. This Venetian plaster has to be applied by hand, and it's super durable, and it'll leave a one-of-a-kind textured finish throughout the entire kitchen.
I think part of the fun challenge of blending design styles, especially with an older home like this, is infusing some things that feel a bit contemporary with the more traditional elements.
Yeah, it feels modern, but because they're a darker color, I think that it works really well with the original trim and a lot of the architectural characteristics of the home. I love the juxtaposition of that. I think it's really cool.
And to tie in with the dark, moody theme of the kitchen, we're putting up this gorgeous scenic wallpaper in the dining room. It's the perfect bridge between historic and contemporary design and makes the room totally unique.
In the living room, we're redoing the old nautical fireplace with a custom marble facade. And it'll be another tie-in to the kitchen where we're using the same stone for the countertops and backsplash.
And I think it looks beautiful when it's all gonna match throughout the entire house.
Okay, nervous?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even been here in a while.
It is very weird. Let's go.
Gosh. Doesn't look the same.
I love the stairs.
Yeah, the stairs.
Oh my gosh. It really doesn't look anything like it did.
Oh my God.
Wow. Oh, that fireplace is spectacular. Wow. Let's go to the sunroom. This is so nice. Look at these. Look at these. Look at this bench. Oh my gosh.
Look at this room.
It's better than I expected.
Is it?
We took what seemed like an underused part of this house and really transformed it with these wraparound benches.
Oh, look at the wallpaper.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the wallpaper is beautiful.
We wanted to make a bold statement with the wallpaper in the new dining room, so you'll be drawn in here for everyday meals as well as when you entertain guests. And we expanded the opening into the kitchen, which now matches the entrance from the foyer. And just check out how the light pours in across the house from the sunroom.
Okay, now you really need to check out your new kitchen.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, the stone.
Oh, yeah, that is so pretty. Look at the veining. Oh my gosh.
What do you think?
It's amazing. It's really
It's
just like.
really, really pretty.
The old kitchen was grand in scale, but we needed to do a complete gut job to give you modern design and functionality.
And I really wanted to create this rich, moody vibe for you guys with the bold stone countertops and elegant dark cabinetry.
This finish is incredible.
Like, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this.
It's a Venetian plaster.
Look at these. Wow.